Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is your review of day 3 at the Africa Cup of Nations. We have had 3 matches on today. We've had, kicking off the day, Algeria versus Sierra Leone. Obviously, those that know me properly know that I am half Algerian, half English. So I've got vested interest in today's match review. I follow this team religiously. So I will give you my thoughts on that. Nigeria versus Egypt. That was the blockbuster game of the day. And the game that I think we've been looking forward to since the tournament started. When you're looking at all the groups. So there's that. Plus Sudan versus Guinea-Bissau. Now, I've got one thing to just to wrap everything up very quickly before I dissect. What is going on with this tournament? Another day of 1-0 and 0-0s. I mean, every single day now we are getting, there's not been one match that has a 2-goal deficit. There's not been one match yet played where there is a gap of 2 goals between the winning team and the losing team. We've had 1-2-1, and the rest have been 1-0s and 0-0s. That's all we've got. Today, 3 matches, we've got 1 goal. What's going on? What is going on? Anyway, let's start off with the first game of the day, which was Algeria, Sierra Leone. Now, I can review this game like I review Chelsea matches because I know Algeria inside out, like I know Chelsea inside out. So you're going to get a proper review here. I'm not happy. I'm not happy, but I'm not entirely disappointed because I feel like this is a blessing in disguise. This could actually turn into a positive for us because today's game was, weirdly enough, very difficult for circumstances involved. Now, I don't want to use these as excuses because I have to commend Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone, in terms of their defensive ability, was a lot better than I thought, but I do want to say, Algeria were very wasteful. Very wasteful. It was like watching Chelsea. I thought I had stopped, I thought, yeah, we're still watching Chelsea and I'm still giving you guys my thoughts on Chelsea on this channel, but I thought, you know what, with Algeria, I won't be able to have the sort of emotion I get with Chelsea. At least with Algeria, I'll be able to see goals. And then what happens? 19 shots on goal and we don't score. 19 shots, 67% I think it was percent of possession, just like Chelsea. 8 shots on target, 0 goals. And I'm like, what's going on? The same emotion kicked in. We missed a lot. Algeria missed a lot of chances. And 3, not 1 or 2, 3 sitters. Ferrouli could have scored an absolute sitter. Brahimi could have scored an absolute sitter. Benrahma, when he came on, he could have scored an absolute sitter. It was the goal's right there in front of you. And we missed it. We were just very, very, very poor in front of goal. In terms of the way that Algeria played, it was great. Until the final third. I feel like I'm giving a Chelsea review. Until the final third. And then we just didn't know what we were doing, which was very weird. But this is why I want to turn it into this could be a blessing in disguise for Algeria, because there was a lot of expectation. There was a lot of eyes outside looking in on Algeria. Oh, the defending champions. What are they going to do? And then Algeria put on a performance like that. And I now know there's going to be a lot of people going, that's Algeria, yeah? Okay. And you know what? I think that's going to help the team. I think that's going to help the team because there's that side of the outside looking in now, probably looking at Algeria like, okay, you guys ain't all that then. Whereas I think Algeria themselves are going to look at their performance and they're going to go, we need to step up now. There's no choice. We have to perform against Equatorial Guinea and then we have to perform against Ivory Coast. And when Algeria are under pressure, I feel that's where you get the best Algeria. So we'll wait and see what happens. But Sierra Leone did what Ghana tried to do yesterday, weirdly enough, which was use their pace, defend well and use their pace. Sierra Leone are very physical. Fair play to Sierra Leone and their physical ability. In the air, they were better than us. Every single time there was a set piece, their big lads came and they were a lot more stronger. They were a lot more faster. And I felt like they were a little bit more adapted to the circumstances because I have to say, our players by the end of the game were dead. In terms of tiredness, they were finished. It was 34 degrees. And that pitch, by the way, and I understand, I just want to make this point because it applies to both Algeria and Sierra Leone, although I know Sierra Leone have some players that are probably slightly more adapted to that sort of pitch, but it applies to both teams. That pitch should not have been allowed to be used. I'm sorry. It looked like a potato field. I mean, you look at all the other pitches in Yaoundé and other places like the Sudan Guinea-Bissau game, which I'm going to come to. That was a fantastic pitch. How come in Douala we get a pitch like that? That was horrendous. As I said, I was surprised there was no potatoes growing on it. It was horrific. You can't play football on a pitch like that, man. You can't. But anyway, that's not an excuse for us, and it's not an excuse for Sierra Leone. Both teams have to play on it, but just as a standard of a tournament, it shouldn't be used. I'm sorry. It needs to be better. However, congrats to Sierra Leone for the draw. Big result for them. Their goalkeeper done a very, very good job, and hence why he ended up man of the match. So fair play to their goalkeeper. Fair play to Sierra Leone. And Algeria have got to step up next time. Simple as that. The manager came out and said that he was very, very disappointed. I saw during the game, his reactions was my reactions. I mean, he was spot on. Every single time he was flipping out was when we were flipping out. It was like watching Thomas Tuchel. Honestly. Honestly. I think going forward, Algeria will be better, but congrats to Sierra Leone on a very well-deserved draw. In terms of Nigeria versus Egypt, now, this was, I think, so far, I'd say game of the tournament. Although, I have to be honest, it wasn't blockbuster, especially Egypt. Nigeria started off half decent. Egypt looked like they were trying to control the game in terms of possession. But, soon after, we ended up with Iheanacho getting that goal. And what a goal it was. Iheanacho, well, I have to say, what a goal it was in terms of the strike that he had, sticking it straight into the top corner. Beautiful. But Egypt's defending was atrocious. Look at the two centre-backs and the amount of space that they gave to Iheanacho. What are you doing? What are you doing? You know, at the start of that game, it seemed like it was a little bit reserved. Egypt were trying to keep a little bit more of the ball. Later on, though, whilst both teams started to get themselves familiarised into it, you started to see Nigeria start to pounce a little bit, start to take more initiative. And I see Nigeria, and you know what? The individual quality that team has is phenomenal. It's great. It's absolutely great. However, Egypt let themselves go. Egypt did let themselves go. And the same disappointment I had in Ghana yesterday is pretty much the same sort of disappointment I have in Egypt. With Egypt today, it felt like it was Salah and the rest. Just like I said, Mane and the rest for Senegal. Although, for Senegal, I have to say, I can now understand why they were maybe a little bit weird. Because they were playing at 1 o'clock in some crazy heat. And I see Algeria do it today. And I'm like, okay, you know what? Fair enough. But with Egypt, it's a very weird dynamic. Carlos Queiroz, who was Sir Alex Ferguson's assistant at Manchester United. He is the Egyptian manager. Some of you may remember him. But the setup that he put that in terms of how he set the Egyptian team up could not do a thing against Nigeria. Could not do a thing. Except for the very end where Salah had an opportunity to equalise and didn't take it. But apart from that, Egypt done nothing. Nigeria, let's have it right. Top team, have some great individuals, but the game I felt was a little too easy for them. I feel like they can perform a bit better, but they also didn't have to. If you understand what I'm saying. Nigeria throughout, after getting that goal, had complete control of the game. And then the second half, control of the game. And you could see Egypt chasing, but Nigeria tactically and in terms of physically were able to just nullify any threat, take the ball back and just start moving about again. Nigeria had a bit of an easy day at the office, if I'm being completely real, but they win 1-0 and fair play. In terms of some of the individual quality that Nigeria possess, we all know some of these names. Ola Aina, for example, and the Chelsea fans will remember Ola Aina. Ndidi plays for Leicester. Iheanacho, who plays for Leicester. Chukwueze, ex-Chelsea transfer target, if you guys remember. But there's some top talent in that team. And physically is what impressed me of Nigeria today. In terms of what they brought, in terms of pace, their strength, just the way that they had adapted themselves. So far, Nigeria look the most adapted team to the tournament at the moment, after day one. In terms of being able to move the ball about fast, physically, being able to use that pace, tactically, combinations, being able to move the ball at a certain level. They look the more fluid. I would say Morocco as well. I would even say, and I'm not being biased here, but the way that Algeria were moving the ball was fantastic. Again, just the final third done nothing. Whereas Nigeria today, that is what you do in the final third. That finish of Iheanacho was fantastic. So now to Nigeria. Big result against their fellow group favourites, I would say. Egypt. Now Nigeria are definitely going to win the group. 100%. The Sudan and Guinea-Bissau are the two other teams in that group. Watch out for Sudan and Egypt. There's a rivalry there. They're neighbours, so, even though I expect Egypt to win. But you never know, with Egypt being a little bit under par. So we'll see what Egypt do going forward. I still think they'll make it through to the next round, but it's a little bit weird in Egypt at the moment with that team. So congrats to Nigeria. Very deserved. And Sudan versus Guinea-Bissau, 0-0. Very uneventful. However, I do want to say, at the end, that penalty... That penalty shout it was a penalty. Goalkeeper tell a lie. I thought it was a penalty. When I look at the replay, that goalkeeper, yes, he goes in with his legs, but he gets the ball and the player. But he gets the ball, so I'm thinking, is it really a penalty? Anyway, Guinea-Bissau end up with a penalty. It's saved because the penalty was horrendous. If you go back and watch how the player took that penalty, he hit it at about 0.05 miles an hour. Very easy for the keeper to save. But then it gets on the rebound. His teammate is literally 2 yards from goal, smashes it, hits the bar and goes out. Lands to another player. He hits it wide. Unbelievable. Typical. Gotta love African football. But 0-0 draw at the end of it. So there's not much activity happening there. We move. Right now it's Nigeria, top of the group. It's Egypt, bottom of the group. And it's Sudan and Guinea-Bissau in between. Tomorrow we have Tunisia versus Mali, as well as Algeria's group counterparts, Ivory Coast, taking on Equatorial Guinea. So we'll see what Côte d'Ivoire are made of. Are they going to impress, or are they lacking resources like some of the other big teams so far? It's been a very weird tournament. Very close, very tight, not very clinical, but the ones that are clinical are the ones getting the wins, and that's it. It's very narrow, always a 1-0. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Hopefully we get more goals. But that's been your match review, or your day review of the AFCON Day 3. Algeria 0, Sierra Leone 0, Nigeria 1, Egypt 0, and Sudan 0, Guinea-Bissau 0. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you are Algerian, Sierra Leone, Egyptian, Nigerian, Sudanese, or from Guinea-Bissau, let me know of your thoughts on your country today. And if you're not, still hit me up on what you thought about today's matches and the overall assessment of the teams that competed today. Much appreciated. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash like button if you've enjoyed this. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 4. Tunisia versus Mali is going to be the big one. We'll see what happens there. But I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one, people. See you in a bit. Take care and peace.